Okay, Taurus, get back into the reading. I know I had a couple videos there. I took a little bit of a sabbatical, so I used some older videos that I had to upload as like filler. I try to do at least one a day, but I've been really busy with my other job and I've been working like non-stop. And for somebody that has a part-time job on top of their own career, I'll tell you, I've been getting hours and I'm really grateful, but I'm also exhausted. And so now I know what it's like to juggle both. That could be something that you're doing right now, Taurus. All right. Out of the last ones to be read for this month, I grabbed you, Taurus, May 14th to June 19th. These are the original zodiacs before they changed them to the 12th. And why they decided to remove it is beyond me. But, I mean, you could do your own research. You can find out for yourself. Okay? All right. Let's get it started here. I already pre-shuffled everything, and I already cleansed everything earlier. So, plenty. You have more than enough to spare. 9 of Cups. Lots and lots of choices. You've already accumulated quite a bit through your hard work. Not just my own, you're doing your hard work too. And you've already accumulated knowledge and the wisdom that you needed from your previous experiences. So whether this be past life or current experience right now, you seem to be doing okay. Let's see what else comes up right now. I wouldn't say you're too cocky, but you're definitely confident in yourself. You have a little bit of a need for something. What's the need for Taurus? What does Taurus want? Queen of Coins in reverse. So you could be wanting more money on top of what you already have. Keep in mind, abundance comes in many forms, like not just one form specifically. It comes in multiple forms. So just because you don't have more money than you think you do right now, there's lots of ways to invest. There's lots of partnerships that you can get into when it comes to like business acumen or something like that. There are ways to make money, especially through your own creativity. So if there's something you put on the back burner, let's say you do something for fun, maybe you play an instrument or maybe you do something artistic, get back into that if you're feeling in a sort of lack mentality right now. Because you shouldn't be feeling that at this moment, but I'm also not going to tell you how to feel. I understand the rules of this whole matrix, and I understand the way that it's set up for people to chase money instead of attract money. But that flipped far. Give me a second. Oh my God. The Fool. You could not be feeling like people are showing you the respect that you deserve. So that can be an issue, but it's only an issue if you make it an issue. So when we get in our childlike state and we're really carefree, loving, and we're just doing whatever makes us happy or whatever makes us money, that for one, it's going to draw in money when you're in your happy state. 2, when you're in your childlike state, you can explore and examine and kind of live in the present. So not only is that going to open more opportunities for you, it's going to open the gateway, so to speak, to more ideas coming into you and more downloads or whatever information that you need. You may not believe that, okay? And that's fine. But keep in mind, your brain is very powerful, Taurus. Same with the rest of the zodiacs. Your brain is very powerful. So if you don't believe in it, that will be on you. That also will manifest into your reality, okay? So if you're wanting more money and you're like, well, bullshit, pun intended, then that's going to become a problem. Let's not get in the negative energy state, okay? You got the 2 of Cups in reverse. You could be wanting partnership to come in, but you have to be able to love yourself before somebody else can come in. If this is a relationship that didn't do so well, then count your lucky stars that you got out of it when you did, because it may not be for you. It may have felt like that at the time, and people are really good at wearing masks, but sometimes we need to do our own work on ourselves, and we need to get ourselves back in the upright instead of focusing on other people and what they're doing. I know a lot of relationships that go sour. There's a lot of like back and forth, he said, she said, or he said, she said, she said. But the thing is that when it comes down to it, when you take your accountability for yourself and you put yourself first and you make sure you have healthy boundaries and you're loving on yourself, it doesn't matter what the other person is doing. You could point fingers all fucking day. But when it comes down to it, what are you doing for you? You can't control another person. That's free will. They get to choose whatever they want to do for themselves. And if somebody's already walked away or left or that relationship's ended, there's a reason for it. And you can learn quite a bit out of that relationship. So it's not a waste. The Lovers. There are, how many people are there on the planet? 9 fucking billion? Let somebody, give somebody the chance to get to know you, to see how fucking amazing you are. And that very well could open up other doorways as well, because when you're in a higher vibrational state, somebody that loves you for you, somebody that also loves their own self, their inner child, somebody that's also been doing the healing work or the shadow work, somebody that's been going within. Because if you have this 9 of Cups, that's plenty of opportunities, plenty of choices. It's basically, if you were to think of it as like a storage unit, you've accumulated so much shit that's useful, mind you. Not everything's garbage. It's useful. And it's almost like you haven't quite placed what goes where. Let's say you moved and you put everything in a storage unit and then you're moving back in a new place. You haven't moved everything out the storage unit yet because you don't know where it goes. So it's your responsibility to take each little bit that you've learned and apply it to your current situation, or in circumstance, it could be physical, material things, and put it where it needs to go. That feng shui, moving things around. If you have like a bed over here and it's facing not in, your head's not facing in a north direction or something like that, and you need to turn the bed around for when you do your sleep or astral realm work. If you have certain figurines that need to go around your house, there are certain placements, especially for animals, and where they should go and what they should face, north, south, east, or west. So there is a lot of things that you could do for you and love upon you and create your space that you may need to take into account here. Okay? This could have been a past relationship here, and this could be something that you're dealing with currently. This feels like old energy. This is new energy. So if you're still thinking too much about that and how they thought about you or what they were doing and what they weren't doing, then that's focusing all your attention and energy on that person even if they're not present. So why waste the energy? You let things, what is it, bygones be bygones. Let it be, let it flow away. Say, yes, I learned the lesson that I need to learn, and I'm going to move forward now. There's a lot of things that maybe were hidden that you didn't know about when it came to this past experience that you went through. Okay, can we get more on the 9 of Cups? Can we get more on the 9 of Cups? Heart chakra activation. So if you've yet to do your heart chakra work, you're gonna have to open that up. Think of it as like a, yeah, like a box, or you know the little, maybe you wear one of those gold chains or silver chains that's a heart, and you have a picture inside. You're gonna have to open up that. You're gonna have to open up your heart chakra, and you're gonna have to activate that, because that's really important for, let's say you want to make more money. Well, money is energy, so you're going to have to tap into that somehow. And you can't do that with a closed off heart chakra. You need to be aligned with all your chakras and your solar plexus. Ask your inner child one question and answer honestly. So when you ask the question, let's say it pertains to your teen years or your preteen years or your youth, like even in your childhood or something like that, if you're going to ask the question, be ready, because the response is going to be that which is of that age. So if you ask your 5-year-old self a question, be ready and be open to hearing if you have inner monologue or anything like that, or be open to just like telepathically understand what is coming through, what the answer is going to be, and then try to learn something from it. Because I'm pretty sure your inner child is trying to connect with you right now. That could be a part of the whole reason maybe why this past relationship didn't work. But so what? It's a lesson learned, right? You don't want to hold on to that. And you could still be skeptical. That's going to be an issue. If you're still in the skeptical mode, it's not going to help you very much, right? If you're still thinking that none of this is accurate, or your intuition when you get a gut instinct and you don't follow it, and then later on you kick yourself in the ass, listen to your intuition for once. Listen to your higher self. Just give it a chance. See what it's gonna, where it's gonna lead you. There's a bit of an exchange. So maybe you could have exchanged with this past partner, or maybe you're exchanging with a new partner currently. If they've yet to do some things, or some things are still hidden, then that which needs to come to the light may create the undertone that you're feeling. If you're feeling uneasy or a little bit unbalanced, if you're currently in a relationship, then some of the things that they're not saying you may pick up on. And that you get this a lot in relationships too, where you feel something about a person, then you ask them about it and they disregard it, or they play it off like it's nothing, right? But your gut instinct says, like, I'm pretty sure there's something not right here. There's something you're not telling me. And maybe they're withholding just for themselves out of insecurity, or maybe they don't want to hurt feelings, or maybe they don't want to start anything. But the problem is that we can't control what other people are going to do. So we need to be secure within ourselves. We need to be balanced within ourselves. We need to love ourselves as well. Okay, so keep that in mind. You could be a seer. You get a lot of visions. Could be a bit challenging when it comes to other people coming in your energy field. Pulverize, to reduce to dust or fine powder. You could really be putting the pressure on yourself or the other person if you are in a relationship. If you're just by yourself, you could be really hard on yourself right now. And take it from me, I swear when I say this to other people, don't be so hard on yourself. I'm the world's biggest fucking hypocrite, because every time I tell somebody, don't be hard on yourself, then what do? I turn around and in my daily activity, there's always something I gotta nitpick. There's always something I gotta be hard on myself for, which really, really puts a damper in allowing you to just enjoy your freedom and your inner child and have that heart chakra activation too. There could, whatever relationship you used to be in could have been impacted by money, or could have had an impact on your money. If that's the case, just like I said, count your blessings, learn your lesson from what it was, and try not to make the same mistake again. I can't tell you not to, but at least try not to. So you see the red flag, you see it coming, let's not go down that road anymore. What did I learn from the last time? What did we learn, like in school, what did we learn from this situation, and move forward, okay? Scientifica. I don't know why I said it like that, but pertaining to science, versed in science according to the rules or principles of science. So there could be certain morals and values that you hold, like the whole idea, the principle itself that you hold specific to you. And when it comes to other people, you're not going to change your ways. You're not going to bend over backwards. You're not going to do certain things, which is good. You've learned your healthy boundaries. When it comes to science, there's usually a lot of weighing in, whether it be ingredients or balance somewhere in there, and it really needs to take place. So this could be something that you need to learn for yourself too. When it comes to dealing with other people coming into your life, you need to be able to have that balance regardless of what they're doing. Because like I said, you can't control what they're doing. So you still need to be able to alchemize that and stay in control. There's a science to it. So there really is. Can we get past life oracle card? Bit of a revelation. You may have some light bulb moments where certain things are going to come into you that are making you understand a little bit more. Can we get past life oracle card? So trees. There's a lot of roots this could have taken with the past partner. They may have been either like soulmate, twin flame or something like that. And had you, if you didn't have children with them, had you had children with them, this could have developed into like a whole branch in itself. And there may have been a specific reason for that union. And for the union coming together, it could have developed into something else. But because it didn't, it still served a purpose. It wasn't like the branch was obsolete. It still served a purpose. And if you are now in a current new situation with somebody else, or even developing something on your own, maybe creating your own family, even if you didn't get with another person, let's say you are a godmother, or let's say you are an adoptive mother and father, and you took on the responsibility of somebody else's heir, somebody else's child, it still serves a purpose as another branch. Okay, so just because something didn't develop from that past one, or maybe it did, maybe you had children with this past partner and something new developed over here, whatever it is, it's still serving a purpose. It's still a branch on the tree. It's still something to learn. And the Akashic records are very important, because what they do is it's like a map, okay? And let's say from an infant, when you first are brought back into this world in the 3D, if you believe in the reincarnation. If not, this video may not be for you. But what happens is it's like a whole new start, branching out again, and it's going to repeat in certain areas. And when it doesn't repeat, it branches off into a new limb. You understand what I'm saying? So when there is not a repeat of something, it's not going to be the same tree. It's never the same tree. That's what free will is about. But the Akashic records is almost like the roots to that. It's almost like the all-time core data, which is also another word for like a human being. The core data, like all the information packed into one. And so all the information is there, it's available, and then it's spread out almost like seeds. And so when we get to another human being that we're interacting with, they have a piece of that core data too. So it's very interesting how this works. If you reproduce with another person, and you have a child, that's two bloodlines coming together, and there's a lot of information there that now gets passed on to the next one. If you're doing this solo right now, there could be some insecurities that you got to deal with right now, so that it doesn't reoccur, whatever situation you're going to get into. And again, with the heart chakra, it starts with loving you. That's very important. It's like a dance of life, you know, right? Okay, past life oracle card, one more for Taurus. I'm going to try to keep them under 30 minutes. I don't want to just keep using fillers for my videos and stuff. That's all I asked of myself. Be realistic when you ask things of yourself too. One video a day, that's it. Luckily, I have like a bit of an archive there, and I can just throw whatever video I want in. And it depends what mood I'm feeling in at the time. Scribe or writer. So you could be very good at your handwriting or writing in general. You could be very good at writing stories or writing some sort of information down, again with the Akashic knowledge. If you get certain downloads, I really advise you, I'm almost seeing like a rainbow right now. I really advise you to write down the thoughts that come to you, even if you got to get a stack of post-it notes. Keep them organized, because I made that mistake. But get a stack of post-it notes and just start writing down the different things that are coming into your head, okay? So you don't forget. Not that you will. It's just you remember a whole lot of stuff. That's what I'm seeing right here, Taurus. You know a lot of shit. Or you know nothing, but you remember a whole lot. We'll put it that way. And there's certain things you may want to cut out too when it comes to negative things spoken. So if you're going to write it down, it's the same with spoken word. When you're writing it down, you're thinking, and that is like telepathic. So it's still a vibration you're sending out. So whatever you're writing down, if there's going to be a negative tone to it, then make sure there's an understanding that follows. So I went through this, this, and this, but I understood this, and this out of it, and this is what I've learned, and then you transmute that. So that the vibration you're sending out is a positive ripple, not a negative one, okay? If you're going to be using any candles, please be safe about it. And if you're going to be doing any work pertaining to another person, remember free will. You really should just be doing it for yourself, not for another. When you use candles or writing anything down like scrolls, or if you're using dolls or something like that, please remember that if you are interfering in another person's life and you know nothing about them, you don't know what kind of team they have behind them, and you don't want to mess with that. Okay? That would be a big mistake. It's a whole wide lake or a whole wide sea ready for you. So, like, let's put a floodgate there, and let's say you do something to somebody that doesn't actually deserve it. You're just reacting to maybe their karmic state or your own insecurities. It's like you lifting that fucking wall and it just all comes rushing in. You gotta be careful with that, because even water in itself is an emotion, which is a vibrational frequency, which, like the whole idea of the end of the world and the flooding, it's actually a veil being lifted. So it's a flood of information, not necessarily water. Yeah, there are floods around the world, but what I'm talking about is more like a flood of information, which can be emotion, which is symbolic to water. Okay, fencing terms. You could have had to battle off with a couple people here and there and go back and forth. Watch your footwork, right? When you're fencing, you really have to watch your footwork. So this is going beyond the game of chess now. This is in your physical 3D. So watch what you're doing. Watch your step, okay? Don't be stepping on toes either. Feint, and this is F-E-I-N-T, false attack intended to create an opening for a final thrust. So it's almost psyching somebody out. There may be other people in your energy that are trying to psych you out or get you in an emotional state or a mental state of being so that they can come in and attack you, whether it be spiritually or physically. So be wary of that. Constraint. That whole idea above your head that you need to not trust yourself can be a bit of constraint too. You get some Island Time bonus cards for Taurus. So far, so good. I mean, you don't seem to be too negative about the situation. Whatever situation you're in. What else can we get here? Okay, we got a duality here. We got the snake, competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, the other woman. Right? Take it how it resonates. And we have abundance as well. Keep positive mindset. Manifest exactly what you want. Gratitude and bliss. Gratitude is a high vibrational frequency. When you're in a higher state, other things can't get in your bubble. So pretend like there's a bubble around you. You can do that in the morning too. You know, keep your hands together, bring it down around you and bring it back together, envisioning like a protection. When you're in a high vibrational state, other things that try to ripple into your energy cannot, because one's too quick and the other one is a slower moving one. So it just vibrates back to the original sender, okay? You've got two of these here. So you could still have some old lingering thoughts about the shit that happened in the past, and you just need to let it go as a lesson learned, transmute that shit so you can move forward. Can we get a little bit more in this whole situation between the Two of Cups and the Lovers? 6 could be significant too. Nine of Swords. Yeah, so you may be still really a little bit sad about the last go around. If you're not currently in a relationship right now, you may be really upset with the things that you lost. Or you could have lost a person. I'm really sorry if you lost your partner. On point. You can like the color purple. Me too. I really do. You may want to use certain crystals. Make sure you're cleansing your crystals. You're really pretty upset about this last one, eh? You could have felt dumb. Like, how could I not have stopped this, or how could I not have protected this person? Sometimes things just happen the way they happen. If you're more protected than another person and they get taken out and it's not on you and you know for a fact that you didn't have a hand in it, do not feel upset or blame yourself for one. Do not sit there and cry over it for too long. There is a process of grieving, but if we start putting blame or we start thinking about it too much, what are you doing when you sit there and replay the events over and over and over again in your head? Where's the room for the new to come in? Where does that leave space in your consciousness, in creating and co-creating your abundance? Okay, not to hate on you, but watch out for that. This is something that keeps you bound. Okay, Taurus? Really messes with you a little bit. So overall, this activation of the heart chakra, opening that up, talking to your inner child, getting some clarity and going within, it's going to help you in either your current relationship that you're getting in, if this is not a union within self, or the next one to come along, the next person that you're going to meet that's going to come in. They could have glasses and maybe like a silverish kind of hair. So I may be speaking to somebody that is older. You still feel young though. And you are very pretty, very handsome. The cloud that hangs over you has like a tint of pink in it. You still wear your crown just fine. You have your crown chakra activated. Your throat chakra, there's no problem with that. I think it just needs to work on the heart chakra a little bit, because you almost feel like, if you can see, she's bound up in all this. Masculine or feminine, bound up a little bit. And there's a stripe going all the way down and it's green on top of the roots, which is all red. Person that you're going to meet may have suffered something similar to what you went through. Okay, can we get a little bit something other than relationships right now? You may, if you have children, you may not be communicating with them the way you want to. A bit of hardship. That's just a lesson too. The more you learn about yourself, the more you can see where they're coming from. Makes it easier to communicate. What else we got here? There may be somebody watching over for you. So this could be a spirit guide or something like that. And this person or entity really can kick ass if need be. But they're a younger spirit. So this could be somebody you lost as well. Whoever this is watches over you. So they have your back. This is a page energy, okay? Page of Clubs. And this person has a bird's eye view of everything. So maybe they are in charge in somehow, or maybe they have spiritually like a jurisdiction to call judgment. So maybe they went through some shit themselves. They have no problem speaking, and they are fully clothed underneath that, underneath their words in green. So their heart chakra is already activated. Maybe you need to speak with this person a little bit more. You could need to speak to them about a money situation. What else can we get here? Taurus. Blue crab. So this could be a Cancerian. This could be something to do with Cancerian. And then shock absorbing system in the motor vehicles based on pistons and fluid filled cylinders rather than with springs, a hydraulic suspension. So the energy that you're carrying right now, or this person, is definitely emotionally driven. So it is suspended by any kind of emotions, and it's kind of held in place. So that's going to determine how well the whole system is functioning. And with this, it's a vehicle, but in your own lives, it is going to depend. So communicate, basically. Get out what you need to get out. If this is a Cancerian, great. If not, then this is just symbolic for the moon as well, because Cancerians ruled by the moon. So that's things not said or not come out yet. Maybe there's some things you need to talk about. We did talk about any kind of adoption, or maybe somebody's child not being somebody's, or taking on maybe, what do you call them? Combined family, or it comes from like two different sets of parents, or I'm not sure what I'm picking up on that. Can we get a little bit of clarity on the child situation? Oh, the star, which came over the Queen of Coins. So you yourself are a star, and this child too, if they're in your life, if not, is a star in their own right too. It's in the upright. Again, with a lot of water, but you have to balance it between the two. Yes. What else we got? like energy. 4 of Clubs, needing to work together. So whoever's coming into your energy, this could be the partnership for the lovers, or this could just be who you're working with or dealing with. Yeah. Right? You need to work together. And part of that is communicating. Can we get a little bit more? They are lessons. Oh, lots and lots of lessons. Oh, okay, I'll do one more of these and then I'll do the runes. I don't want it to cut off. A healer heals themselves through understanding and duality and reflection. Clear as day. Okay, I'm going to pull 4 runes here. It's a bit of a battle, isn't it? FEINT SHUI, right, which is this one right here. You can look them up online. These are Elder Further. And we've got IWAS. This one right here. Okay. Then we got TAURUS. I like this one. Looks like an arrow pointing up. Usually means warrior, protection. You are a warrior in your own right. And we got Hagalaz. This one's a little bit of a destructive energy, but it can be positive too. Alright, so you're going to look those up online and you're going to find out because they have multiple meanings. Hopefully this helps, and remember to love you. Okay?